There are more than 55,000 brothers and sisters, more than 65% of whom are children and women who were martyred by Israeli army in Gaza. And I wish healing to our 128,000 brothers and sisters who were injured in the same attacks in Gaza. Turkey knows the pain of our Palestinian brothers and sisters as our own pain and their sadness as our own sorrow. Our Palestinian brothers and sisters should know the following. No matter how dark the darkness of oppression is now, inshallah, God willing, justice will be manifested and victory will surely belong to those who believe. With God's permission, I sincerely believe that we will see good days. When we will talk about victories, we'll talk about joy and peace instead of suffering, cruelty and death. Distinguished guests, for the last 2 years now, we have been increasingly confronted with Israel's policies of occupation, destruction, and massacre. With the unconditional support of the Western powers, Israel continues to destabilize our region. First, they attacked Gaza and the West Bank. They have turned Gaza into a gigantic wreck in front of the eyes of the entire world. They have been bombing health facilities, schools, mosques, and churches. They have brutally slaughtered people who were waiting in line for help just to buy a sack of flour, a bowl of soup, or just a loaf of dry bread. Every day, hundreds of innocent civilians, mostly children and women, mind you, are deliberately martyred by Israeli forces. For 21 months now, our 2 million brothers and sisters living in Gaza have been struggling to survive in poor conditions that go far beyond even the concentration camps of the Nazis. In addition to Gaza, Israel also targeted Lebanon, Yemen, and Syria. In addition to air bombardments, they have tried to incite different groups within Syria against the government. So they have tried to trigger turmoil in Syria as well. And now, since the 13th of June, Israel's state terrorism is now being experienced by our neighbor Iran. I would like to say the following clearly. With all these attacks, the Netanyahu government has once again proved that it is the biggest obstacle in front of regional peace. I strongly condemn Israel's attacks on Iran. On behalf of my country and my nation, I offer my condolences for our Iranian brothers and sisters who lost their lives in Israel's terrorist attacks, bombings, and assassinations. We have no doubt that the Iranian people, with thousands of years of history, solidarity in the face of difficulties, and strong state experience, they hopefully, inshallah, will be able to overcome these challenging days. I also find it useful to underline the following. The way to describe and define Israel's attacks on Gaza, Lebanon, Yemen, Syria, and finally, most recently on Iran, is outright banditry. The measures taken by Iran to defend its people in the face of this state terrorism of Israel within the framework of self-defense are measures which are quite natural, legitimate, and legal. Dear brothers and sisters, what we are seeing day by day is the following. It is clear now that these aggressive actions, which violate international law, serve Israel's policy of strategic destabilization in the region. Of course, it is significant that the attacks took place at a time when negotiations on Iran's nuclear program were intensifying. Israel is not subject to any control or audit for its nuclear activities and does not care about anyone in terms of transparency. So it is a great hypocrisy for them to talk against the parties to the Treaty on the Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons. The Netanyahu government actually aimed to undermine the negotiation process with its attacks on the 13th of June. This incident also shows that Netanyahu and his murder ring do not want any issues or any matters to be solved diplomatically. Again, Israel, instead of living in peace side by side with an independent and geographically integrated Palestinian state with East Jerusalem as its capital on the basis of the 1967 borders, instead of coexisting with them, Israel is rather trying to spread the war to the entire region. Just as the spark ignited by Hitler 90 years ago set the whole world on fire from the Pacific to the Atlantic, from the Indian Ocean to the North Sea, today, similarly, Netanyahu's Zionist ambitions have no other purpose than to drag our region and in fact the whole world into a big disaster. Targeting the sanctity of Masjid-i-Aqsa, our first Qibla, attempting to hijack the historical status of Al-Quds al-Sharif. Now, these are intentions to divide our region with some maps in mind. And these even now being talked about in the public. We see all of these as moves of an insidious plan. We are, in fact, well aware of what Netanyahu wants to do. Those who think that they can establish their security by drowning the region in fire, in conflict, chaos, and in tears are following a crude dream. Israel cannot ensure its own security by threatening the security of its own neighbors. They will gradually see that things may not go as planned. Israel's claim that it will establish order in our region with its bloody hands reveals the blindness and darkness of those who govern that country. I would like to emphasize here that Turkey will not allow the establishment of a new Sykes-Picot order in our region, the borders of which will be drawn with blood.